welcome to my channel. My name is Martine, and if you are new here, I do videos on Vedic astrology mainly, but also with some tropical insights, and I focus on both relationship and natal astrology. And if you are new here and you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. And also, if you're interested in a personal consultation, I do consultations on a wide variety of topics. Please check out the video description. I will leave my contact information there. Thank you. And also, I want to remind you that I have started a tarot channel more recently. And for those of you who would be interested in tarot, I do recommend you check it out. I'm going to leave the link in the video description as well as in the pinned comment. Go check it out if you're interested in tarot, please, and maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. So today's topic is going to be about Mars in the third house for the remaining ascendants. I have done a part 1 for this video, and I will be linking the entire playlist for Mars through the houses in the video description, so you can access the ones that I have done so far. So I'm only on house 3, so Mars in the third house for all ascendants, but I do plan to cover all of them. So Mars in every house for every ascendant. Okay. So I want to start by apologizing a little bit if there are any weird background noises, because I am recording in not my usual place. And even though I'm recording this at close to 2 a.m. in the morning, there is a party in the neighborhood that has been going on for a while. Yeah, so if there's like weird noises and sounds, music or something, yeah, sorry, I couldn't control the background. I actually kept waiting for, the right time, but this party has been going on like all evening. And it seems to be continuing through the night, so yeah, I think it's like a wedding or whatever. So yeah, in any case, I'm going to get straight into the individual descriptions, because I have done the general description for Mars in the third house in a separate video, which I will be linking in the video description, or you can find it in the playlist, in my Mars through houses playlist. Okay, so Mars in the third house for Libra Ascendant. What does this mean for the natives who have this placement? It basically means that the natives will create wealth through their own efforts mostly. The native's family of origin is going to be a source of courage and willpower for the native throughout his or her life. The native tends to be very good at partnership-based business and might get into business with their marriage partner. This is a great placement for musicians, as well as any professions where there is a lot of emphasis on verbal communication, meaning communication using, the voice, whether it's singing or speaking, you know what I mean, as opposed to written communication. The natives' communication and diplomacy skills can help them deal with their competitors, with their competition. So when it comes to their, how they deal with the competition, it could be that oftentimes they resort to using negotiation skills and communication skills. However, it also means that with these placements, they're going to be quite competitive. Some famous examples that I have found with these placements are Katy Perry, Jim Carrey, Björk, the singer Rafael Nadal, George Harrison, Ozzy Osbourne, David Guetta, and Katharine Hepburn. Quite a lot of celebrities have had this placement. Okay. Moving on to Mars in the third house for Scorpio Ascendant. So this configuration makes the native have great physical regeneration powers, as well as a great deal of resilience in general. The native can undergo physical transformations in this lifetime due to a desire for individual expressions and or competition. The native is very motivated by competitions in general. They usually have a strong drive to succeed, and they want to win, to come in first place, basically, within competitions. Great placement for athletes, sports involving animals, So like riders or, dog races, anything like that, as well as any profession connected to the well-being, basically any profession connected to physical well-being. Like personal trainers, but could even be physicians of all kinds. Some famous examples that have this placement include Scarlett Johansson, Jada Pinkett Smith, Julian Assange, Will I Am from the Black Eyed Peas, Ian McKellen, Vivienne Westwood, Bridget Fonda, Enzo Ferrari, Paul Hogan, Sugar Ray Leonard. Quite a lot of famous people again are represented with this placement. Moving on to Mars in the third house for Sagittarius Ascendant. So this is a really creative configuration. Since Mars rules the 12th and 5th houses, the native will be driven to apply his or her competitiveness and courage to artistic competitions. This position could make one a skilled orator, a skilled artist, especially actor, but the native will also be highly motivated by emotions, as well as romance. And their inspiration can easily come from dreams and the subconscious. The native will also have a great desire to explore and be adventurous, could make a great travel blogger, for instance, or a great writer of any kind. They're very imaginative. They have a great ability to create fantasy, or fantastical scenarios, basically. Education will also serve as a strong motivation for them in life, as well as secret love affairs, okay? So, yeah, secret love affairs can be something exciting and stimulating for them. Some famous examples with this placement include Anthony Hopkins, Niccolo Machiavelli, if his time of birth is to be, considered as accurate, which is a pretty big question mark. Also, Lorenzo de Medici, and again, kind of a question mark because these people lived a long time ago. J. Paul Getty, Alan Alda, Jennifer Ailey, who played Elizabeth Bennet in the BBC version of Pride and Prejudice. Also, Oleg Cassini and Mont Laguerre, who was a mathematician born in 1834. Then I also found a guy called Arno Müller, who was a German psychiatrist, and Hermann Mayer, who was born in 1947, who was also a German psychologist and astrologer. Okay, moving on to Mars in the third house for Capricorn Ascendant. So here, Mars rules the 4th and 11th houses. So this configuration can be great for people who are interested in real estate, as a profession. They can also gain a lot from real estate. The early home environment, the family of origin, as well as a sense of patriotism sometimes can serve as fuel for these natives throughout their lives. The mother figures, as well as elder siblings and their broader network of friends and acquaintances will serve as inspiration and a source of support and encouragement for them throughout their lives. Unless there are positions that, outweigh the positives of this configuration. The native will be motivated by acquiring real estate and a lot of vehicles, and most likely will do well in these endeavors. The native could also get financial gain from the mother, the siblings, friends, as well as the country of origin, as opposed to foreigners and foreign sources of money. But again, these are general descriptions, so they can be mitigated by other configurations within the horoscope based on the individual cases. The native with this configuration also has a strong sense of faith in general, most likely will adhere to the belief system of the mother or the family of origin. Some famous examples with this placement include Russell Crowe, Candace Swanepoel. I don't know if I'm probably butchering this pronunciation, or Swanepoel. I don't know what the pronunciation is. I think she's an actress. Nicole Eggert, Albert Lenormand, who was a French artist. And that's pretty much it. Not as many examples for this one as for the others, but doesn't mean that they are less privileged or less important or anything like that. Okay, they're just probably more low-key and not as interested in stardom. Okay, moving on to Mars in the third house for Aquarius Ascendant. So here Mars rules the third house and it sits in the third house. So this is a very strong willpower for these natives. It also rules the 10th house and goes into the third house, okay? So let me break this down, what this means for the natives. Generally, the natives with this configuration will be very brave, very determined to succeed, self-motivated. The native will also most likely be driven to create a name for himself or herself. This is a great placement for singers or any profession which has a strong emphasis on communication, like a writer, composer. Could also be favored in careers related to psychology, psychotherapy, or any kind of research-based professions. This is also a great placement for people who are self-employed. It is unlikely that they will be very happy being employees, of course, unless there are other configurations in the horoscope that are more powerful, that are basically overpowering this configuration in this respect. Some famous examples include Michael Jackson, John Coltrane, Paul Daniels. That's pretty much what I could find with respect to famous people. Okay, moving on to, last but not least, Mars in the third house for Pisces Ascendant, where Mars rules the second and the ninth houses. So this configuration makes for great communication skills. The native will receive great support and encouragement from the family of origin, especially from the father figures, mentors, and spiritual teachers, professors as well. The native draws courage from belief in a higher power, as well as teachers and spiritual gurus, guides, as well as relations to the family of origin. This configuration also tends to show a great talent for oration. So these people can definitely succeed in any profession that uses the ability to be convincing and a confident speaker. So they can succeed as a public speaker, teacher, professor, especially in higher education, motivational speaker. This could also show a lot of wanderlust for these people, so a strong love of travel and an adventurous spirit. Some famous examples include Linda Goodman, Lena Horne, who was an American dancer, Kelly Quinn, who was an American astrologer and psychic, and Sir John Gorton, if I don't know if I remembered it correctly, who was a Prime Minister of Australia, the 19th Prime Minister of Australia. Yeah, so this is pretty much what I could find for these descriptions, and once again, I hope you have found it useful, and if you have, do not forget to comment in the comment section with anything you liked, what you didn't like, or any kind of suggestions that you might have for future videos you want to see. And also, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. And if you're interested in a personal consultation, I do consultations on a wide variety of topics. I also do tarot readings. You can email me at the email address in the video description, and I can give you more details. Thank you.